Okay, everyone, we're at Whitsun Hub, I beg your pardon, in the Melii system, and I guess we have to head back to our system to pick up the new weapon that I'm hoping we can use in combat. This will be a weapons test, so we'll be looking for combat targets after to test it out. Using my Anaconda. So where is Whitsun Hub in the galaxy? Well, as we last left our story, it's in the Melii system, just on the border between the Federation and the Alliance. Some 180 light years from our entry point into here, which would be HIP 16538. This is all part of a rearming campaign to and it's in Ruiz region of the galaxy. They're 6 jumps away, and we will probably be intercepting some targets of opportunity as we go. It's like we'll be headed back this way once more before finally leaving the region. I'm heading back to the California sector to continue our money-making endeavors. Radars and sensors set to running configuration. Executing hyperlight jump to LHS 246.
All clear. Flight control signing off.
Headed for the Tashitter sector, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Bravo 2-3. Jump drive has been engaged. Tashitter sector GMVA 23, Golf Mike Victor Alpha 2-3 is our next system target. We have an unexplored planet as target of opportunity. We're going to do a pass on that one. system or perhaps a twin planet system. One moment. We have screwed this up colossally. Planet Moon system. Okay, and now that was a little on the inconvenient side. The video for me went dark. It's not going to go dark for you guys, so you can see where I'm flying. Unfortunately, I cannot when this Oculus Rift fails. God, I wish I made a more durable product. Okay, so now oh, that's the other thing about the Oculus. You can't take it back to the store once you purchase it. Hygiene issues are cited by Best Buy and other store chains, at least here in Canada. So there's no returns on those Oculus headsets, which I think is an atrocious policy, but oh, I still purchased one, hoping against hope that it would work out all tickety-boo. And I'm very worried I'm going to have to buy another one in order to get my VR. But if I do have to buy another one, I'll be going with HTC Vive, not with Oculus, based on what I've had so far. Okay.
scope deployed. Programming linear drone. Programming linear drone.
2 drones loaded and fired. Well, that's a little strange. There's a list somewhere in here that tells you what not to collect. Where's that stupid list? Well, that's strange.
Cargo scoop retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh well, I missed a planet, forgot about that. Okay. There we go, limpets. Okay, so
Programming landing drive. Cargo scope deployed.
oh,
Cargo scope retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
did I forget a planet again? I'm misplacing too many planets. 2 jumps to target.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm going to quit while we're ahead and simply get to my target so I can buy the real piece of hardware I want. If I don't collect some of these opportunities every once in a while, I lack the resources enough to spend entire evenings gathering components to buy weapons and enhancements of every kind for my ship. You know what? We're in the wrong system. I plotted this all wrong. We are going to the heritage system, I believe. The Tharni system. Hariji, there we go. Well within our range. If you jump, we'll simply go directly there instead. Overshot the station. seems now I've miscalculated, and we need the ion class to get class 3 gimbaled. I'm going to need 4 power transfer buses. Turreted class 3 shot cannon. I'm going to try the class 2 out, and we'll come back to the class 3 if the class 2 works out. These are turreted weapons at the moment. I'm not losing these things, so we're going to have to make some room in our stored modules. Still only have 137 of these. we have been reduced to 134. And I really don't like the way the game goes about not telling you when you're about to sell something off, when you're about to transfer something in position that result in the de-ownership of another thing in your locker. I'm sure that's happened more than once where I've lost something. It would explain why I have a sense of loss every time I try to upgrade my ships. We need 22 technician and 12 power transfer buses. Wow. Look at that. That looks promising. Ooh, how ultra-modern looking. Hello. So you caught me in the middle of buying something. I cannot hear a word you're saying.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry about earlier. I got busy and then we ended up having to go grocery shopping and a long list of shit.
I don't have to apologize. I'm inclined to. I had dinner and decided to watch some telly after, and now I'm just relaxing for the final phase of tonight. Play a game, a little bit of Elite before I go to bed.
I'm sure by now you know what to expect me. If I say go on AFK, it might be 3 days before I get back.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this headset is going haywire very quickly, so I fixed it temporarily, but I'm gonna have to use my credit card. I just paid off a bunch of debt on it. As you know, I just recently got paid for the very first time. So I'm inclined to go and what was I going to say? I got distracted by something here. Yeah, I was buying I'm in the middle of buying new weapons, and I got access to the shock cannon, but only the gimbaled one, not the turreted one. I could have bought the fixed mounted one, but decided not to because there's a gimbaled version in Class 3. It's been made available since the upgrade. These weapons look ultra-modern, and the numbers are good. They look like they do shitloads more damage than the lasers I had mounted there before.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, so I'll be engaging in combat testing pretty much right away. Ooh, there's Spiky. Guess where Spiky is?
He's out playing with the Gnosis.
He's out at the Gnosis. I just noticed that.
I knew that earlier. I was talking to him a little bit last night.
Ooh.
But yeah, he's kind of in a funk right now, so...
Why
just leave him be.
Why is he in a slump right now? It isn't over this.
No, that's his place to tell you, not mine.
He went out on, did he try to go out to the course, what the hell would they call it? The cone sector?
No. It has nothing to do with the game, it's real life.
Oh, damn it. I hate it.
Sounds like his mom passed away last week, so he's kind of...
Oh, no.
He's kind of preoccupied, so it's to be understood, so... I'd say just kind of give him time.
Well, he was the one that kind of convinced me to wash away any ideas I had about joining the Gnosis, he helped extinguish, so... Sorry to hear about his mother, though.
I'm thinking he went out there after they did their got stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, probably.
He said they're only like 20 jumps away, so I think that's what he did. He jumped out there after they got stuck.
And he's helping with
their... He's gonna go play with his new Thargoid hunting toys.
Yeah. Jesus.
But
yeah, they got... I can't believe...
And you logged off earlier.
Well, I was watching... One of the videos I was watching on YouTube was Obsidian Ant. And Obsidian Ant is is going on about how all the poor commanders who joined the Gnosis were in exploration vehicles having been fed a line of guff by Frontier. But they weren't fed a line of guff. I cited an article that specifically from Frontier that said, you know, be careful, this is unknown space. But they went out there thinking they knew everything and that how safe it was. I mean, how no one's going to attack the Gnosis, right? This is space. Weird shit happens. Even in this game, it's not on the books. And especially with new Hydra craft trolling the area, I mean, this was kind of written on the walls. You didn't have to be very bright to read what was going to happen. And I knew something like this was going to happen. And, you know, it was kind of like, I didn't say anything about it to you specifically, but I kind of suspected that something weird...
I kind of figured something would happen. It's what's expected of a game. They got to throw you a loop here and there, just to fuck with you, make it interesting.
But they're all like, oh, well, it's, you know, it's boo-hoo for us, woe is us, because we got told by Frontier, and Frontier is supposed to be the authority on these things. Well, they are the authority, but they needed players out there to test their game system. And whether or not
they need people out there to actually participate in storylines so they can write the fucking storyline.
I know, things aren't going to get much...
If there's nobody participating, there's no point to them writing a storyline.
No. And
there's no reason the Gnosis got sidetracked. It might take a few weeks to a month, a couple months before we know, but it's all part of the game, all part of the storyline.
Yeah, but I mean, for someone like Obsidian Ant to come out and say, "Oh, they should have communicated better," I thought they had communicated adequately. The obvious, it's space, it's big, it's weird, and shit happens.
Obsidian Ant and a few of them, from what I've kind of read and seen and heard from you, there's a select few players that are really, really high up in the good graces of FDev. Well, FDev is going to throw everybody for a loop now and then, because otherwise, if something unexpected happens, it makes it more interesting, because, oh shit, now what's going to happen? It makes it more interesting.
Well, the other thing is...
Some people know what's going on and some don't. Well, then it becomes real boring, because...
Yeah, the other thing that happened here is that apparently, according to, again, Obsidian Ant, an agreement was reached between Canon Science and Frontier to, you know, let them jump out there. Originally, the first answer that Frontier gave was no way. Those systems are locked out. You're not getting in, right? And so you can't jump your big mothership out there. So eventually, Frontier came back and said, you know what, actually, yeah, it would be a good idea to use this as an opportunity.
So we can strand you halfway there?
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't even Frontier's idea, it was frickin' Canon's own idea that got them into hot water, and now they have a mothership that's kind of sitting out there, you know, as a damaged hyperdrive.
Because it can't jump out.
No. Not right away, anyway. They'll go at sublight speed trying to leave the system, but the Thargoids, I can't imagine them letting it get very far. They could lose the Gnosis over this. It wouldn't be something I'd like to see, though, because it would put humanity at a huge disadvantage. Canon is also one of the institutions that we have that is actively opposing the Thargoids, so... I mean, regardless of my feelings towards the Empire and the Federation, my allegiance lies with the Federation, and you know, I'm not going to betray the people of Earth by or their colonies, those who have joined the Federation, by not participating in a war that I may think is ill-advised, is being ill-handled, but it's still a war. And it still has to be... So, I mean, there is an element of me being injected into my character, I guess, but I'm used to that.
If we're going to worry about character, mine is basically, I'll do whatever at the moment.
Yeah, but right now it's advantageous for you to have war with the Thargoids, because you're about to test a bunch of new weapon systems, so...
I'm still playing as a pirate, so...
Yeah, but once they've been tested, you'll probably, the next logical step would be the Thargoids.
I'm actually okay, earlier after I went AFK and you logged off, when I got back on, I flew to Shinrarta. I'm currently sitting in my cutter looking at how I want to rearrange that thing.
Okay.
The problem with my cutter is I want to build up the hull integrity and the shields a lot more than what it is, even though they're stupid high to start with.
Yeah.
I don't know
how much shields you
I
need.
want to actually build this thing.
Well, I mean, Canon has its own recommendations for that class ship. If you're going to take it into Thargoid space, maybe you should follow their recommendations for the Imperial cutter.
Well, I'm just looking at it this way. For shield strength, I've got 4,200 points right now.
You got what?
4,200 shield points.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I mean, it would take a fleet of, like, Cyclops class.
I've got 2,138 points of hull integrity.
Yeah, I mean, you get embroiled in a battle somewhere out by the Gnosis, I wouldn't worry. You're going to be fine.
Right now, my cutter is still better defended because I've got 4,000 points. My cutter, actually, I've got kind of two builds in mind for that, depending on whether I'm in wing with other people when I'm out fucking around, because I've got like 4,000 or 4,100 points of hull integrity.
Yeah.
But I've got a Class 7 bi-weave shield in there right now, only giving me like 2,000 or 2,500 shield points, just so I can regenerate that shield quick enough to do something. I'm not there forever. But if I got somebody else in wing who happens to have one of them handy-dandy healing beams, well, I could throw the prismatic in there and I could jump up to about 4,000 shield and 4,000 hull.
Thing is, I'd want you to be using your healing beam on me, because I've got the more, like, my weapons bias is heavily out-centered, if you know what I mean. I can dole out the damage. I can't take as much in terms of taking what I dish out. So yeah. I need at
that rate, then I would take I've got the two crates. I got the one I've been debating. It's kind of set up. I've got a bunch of AX weapons on it, but it's got low shields and low hull, and it's really not worth doing much, so I can build it up. But I'm thinking I've got the one, I might just build more for exploration. The other one, I might just build it up for battle. And the one that's built for battle now, all I got to do is swap out the beams that are in there for a couple of the healing beams that I've got sitting in storage. So
by the way, what's your storage?
Is the healer.
What's your storage count up to?
Oh, it's funny you asked about that one, because that changed. I think your max number changes of how much shit you have, because I'm back down to 120 right now. Yeah,
I was over 145 at one point. Now I'm down to 137, and I would really like to understand. And if the stupid thing is, they take those locker positions away, you don't get any notice. So you have to watch your locker, because if you just swap something in from elsewhere, if you buy something and don't properly manage your inventory, as I was not doing until recently, and realized this is the source of all my missing equipment problems. Because at one point I had 142 lockers full, and now I only have 137. So
yeah, I'm down to 120 right now, so I'm only using 109, and I actually got to go through and clear some shit out, because I've been with, especially the Corvette. The last week I've been with the Corvette and with the crate. I've been kind of tweaking things, changing the setup, and just trying it out to see what I think. I mean, I've wasted a lot of materials and a lot of money to do this, but I figure I've got enough money to burn.
The other thing you can do is you could get a few Anacondas and just store shit in them. If you wanted systems to, and then there you have your locker, your extra locker system if you're a pack rat when it comes to equipment, and then just transfer them between the ships instead of the locker. Use the locker for what it's good for, of course.
I kind of operate under the intention, or under the theory, that I can have X amount of ships. I can outfit how many different ships with different layouts and just move that ship to wherever I want to use it.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to have equipment ships that are there just to trash around with, you know, and sit there gathering dust as virtual lockers because they didn't give you enough locker space.
Yeah, and to ship, say, a bunch of ships halfway across the galaxy, I want the stuff on that ship. Either I got to go there or haul that ship to me. Either way, that's a lot of time and money.
Yeah, I mean, the advantage of having the ship hauled to you, I mean, well, there's no advantage because you can haul the equipment at a much cheaper rate. But, you know, if you want to take it out of the ship and put it in the locker, so you'd have to use your ships for cold storage, I think is how it would work out. But
Yeah.
if it's cold storage, maybe you should be selling it anyway, arguably. I don't know. It's just dumb the way it's set up now. That, like, it fluctuates and kills off parts of your inventory if you're not careful. Like, you should always build locker space, not have it fluctuate upwards and downwards depending on.
I'm thinking they did something and it messed with that, and it wasn't what they intended. So they kind of just floated it back down. As soon as you sold something, the max dropped.
Yeah,
I seem to have everything I should have had, but I think as I sold stuff out of inventory or loaded them onto ships.
I think our lives are complicated enough dealing with the Thargoid invasion that, quite frankly, I don't want to be worrying about locker count. Like, for fuck's sake, surely there's places I can store cargo, even on a busy starport in a time of war. Like, I'm one of the agents that's out there supposedly fighting this war for the Federation, so, you know, they have to prioritize.
I've slowly been going through a lot of my shit. Like, I used to have a lot of pulse and burst lasers, because I would use one and use the other and kind of figure out which one I like better. I've got to the point that a lot of my weapons that I had in storage are going bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, I got rid of my singular cannons because I couldn't figure out what the hell the point was in having a cannon. They do have slightly better accuracy, no doubt, but, you know...
Well, if you're trying to snipe modules, you can put the right experimental on them and have a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, but I'm not a sniper type of warrior. I prefer to be in relatively close quarters with my enemy, not necessarily next door, but, you know, fairly close quarters. The shit that I've loaded on my ship is accommodating my fighting style right now, and I blast the hell out of everything. I've got this plasma cannon. So help me God, if that thing hits you, you're done for most ships. If either your shields are gone with your hull damage, or you're obliterated outright. And I'm not even sure what the limits are on it in terms of class ship. Virtually everything I've shot that thing at, other than Thargoids, has been seriously injured in battle with it. But those are NPCs. I mean, player characters tend to arm their ships a lot better than the NPCs, as you well know.
You can't get the right NPCs. There's some of them that are set up like players.
Players, yeah. Well, if they've got the game AI to back it up, I mean, whatever. You're gonna have to, and that's the other thing. You're gonna have to hone your combat skills a little bit more, because you haven't dealt with combat in this game really.
Well, that's why I've been playing all week, off and on, in the Hazres. And like I said, that video you watch, I don't know if that one shows it, but I know the one I took today, which I haven't uploaded yet, shows me biting off more than I can chew.
Yeah, how did that go in the end?
I with my tail between my legs, so I mean...
Okay. So you weren't destroyed, but you had to...
I had to flee from battle.
You have to flee from battle.
The one today, I had to sit and fix a bunch of shit, and I'm trying to run and fix because I can't jump out because my FSD is fucking broke. And I got the goddamn NPC chased my ass probably 100 clicks until finally I built up the shield and said, fuck it, turn around and blew him away. Because he was at 9% hull with a full shield. Burned the shield out, burned his hull and blew him up. I was like, now fucker, keep chasing me and taking pot shots with your damn plasma cannon.
Or with your escape pod, because that's all you have left. Except I don't think the NPCs get escape pods. I think they're just killed outright. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Oh, I've got... first-class passenger cabins in Cubeo. I haven't been in Cubeo in a long time.
Neither have I. I really should go to see the leader of the faction and whatnot and check in and update my...
She's not my leader anymore.
Oh, you bowed out?
Yeah, I decided to go play a leader on Yui for a while.
Oh, I'm in his territory at the moment. Put in a good word for me.
Well, I figure I need more of those pack hounds. I'm gonna load up a ship just with pack hounds and go fuck with somebody someday.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm probably gonna come find you when you're least expecting it. I'm gonna launch about 500 pack hounds on your ass.
Yeah, I'd be careful about that. That might result in you being
well, I'll shoot you and then I'll turn around and run away.
Surprise! Or maybe I'll surprise you, detect your approach, and turn around and let you have it before you can get a shot off. You never know. But, regardless, yeah, I'm planning to lose Aisling, but she's doing pretty well in the game stats. So I look at her and I kind of go, yeah, but who's really doing better? The only person I could feel comfortable joining the alliance with would be, other than Li Yanrui, for my own benefit, would be after him. My plan was to join with Felicia Winters, to boost her likelihood of becoming the next president of the Federation, but I don't know how much time I have.
No, at this point in time, it depends on what weapon rewards they have. Will dictate if I join with them or not. I want more pack hounds, so that's why I'm rejoining the leader on Yui. I was allied with him a year ago.
Well, I'm gonna, obviously you have to be with him for a month before you get your pack hounds. So what I'll likely do is join him, get my pack hounds, except for him. See, I don't like joining too many separate powers all at once, because in too short a period it might make you appear disloyal somewhere in the game logic. And I don't know what impact that would have. The power play doesn't seem to cross over into regular play very much. I mean, the factions are still at each other's throats, obviously, but they don't seem to really be affecting gameplay per se, except for that fire that occurred in Galnet, the Computer Industries fire, which may have been industrial sabotage. But who can say who's behind it? The Thargoids, one of the factions, who knows? The competing corporation. I mean, we live in a period, the 3300s and the 3400s are proving to be a period when corporations and organizations of similar ilk run things in human space. And governments have taken not a complete backseat role. They're still funding largely the military posture of humanity, but what else do they do for us again? They're not really doing, as a government goes, they're not really doing very much except providing some, some very basic, defense. If you're going to have a government, defense is the last thing to go, right? Once defense is gone, most people think, well, what the hell's the point of having a government anymore? Why am I paying taxes to you? What is it you're providing? And why should I be compelled to give them to you? So I don't know what's going on there. They should make the factions either matter or not matter more in the game, in ordinary gameplay. Maybe we'll see that in Chapter 4, maybe we won't.
I don't have 3-point defenses out in California sector. That's totally useless.
Okay. Oh, you know what else? Shit. I could use that shutdown neutralizer weapon. I don't know what the Thargoids will do if I actually use it, though. But I got interdicted on my way here from the Pleiades.
Got a powerful pulse laser of the scramble spectrum.
We'll hold off for now. I can always...
Long-range corrosive shell, overload munitions, heavy-duty shield booster. That's a
Well, I think what we'll do for now is we'll go and seek out a battle. I'm going to go pick a fight.
How about you head towards me and I can pull out my cutter and you can have fun trying to take that down. I'm
about 5 jumps from you. I've crossed the 43 light year mark, as I mentioned last time, although I was just shy of it technically. Now I've crossed it, so now it turns out, give me a moment, we'll go to outfitting. I'll give you the exact number. 43.07. So, as configured, I've got more firepower, less weight, and better shields, I think. Which is not always the way I expect things to go and tells me I'm not doing things very super efficient here. I could also use an engineer to upgrade my cannons. Hang on, let me just see who might be in your area that's an engineer capable of helping me. We have Professor Palin. No. I think Ramta is my best bet, but I don't know if he provides... Ah, here we go. Todd the Blaster McQuinn. He's very close to level 5. I wonder if he can update the shot cannons. 1 second. I can find out right away. Starport services, I would like the remote workshop. And I would like Todd the Blaster McQuinn. Fragment cannons. No, he can't really help me. Except to upgrade my current cannon that is not upgraded. He needs more conductive components before he can help out at all. And I don't know if that includes the other weapons. So, yes, I would be willing to come out there, provided we can find a place to step aside and kill something. Let me just do a quick
all we gotta do is just find a system nearby, even if it's halfway to you. Just find something that's got a mining area and just go find a Hazres or something.
You might as well stay right where you are, because I believe Todd McQuinn is in the Alliance and you're in border territory with him. So, let's see here. What do we got? Todd the Blaster. Wolf 397 is not that far from where you are. Not at all far from where you are, so I can get my work done there. But your area is also is under attack from the Thargoids right now. That would be incredibly dumb, I would think, for the Thargoids to attack Shinrarta Desra. I mean, if Frontier held an event again, like the one they held around the gunship, they'd be blown to smithereens, because every elite fighter in this part of the quadrant will come in and defend the planet. Well, the Thargoids haven't taken much interest in doing orbital bombardments yet. We've only seen them attack space stations. Now, what happens in Chapter 4? Will they attack Earth? Because if we can fly down to Earth, it's our...
Well, what is it that's already in the Sol system?
40 billion humans.
the Aegis Corp relocated to Sol.
Yeah.
So, and it, for the most part, the Thargoids have been targeting Aegis, which means now that Aegis is a Sol, the Thargoids are going to eventually head towards Sol and
they have
think,
to. They have to. Yeah, they have to. There's no way around
That's kind of a preemptive move there, knowing damn well the Thargoids are going to head to Sol.
Yeah, and then I suspect the Federation has the ace up their sleeve that they're hoping the Thargoids don't know anything about, but it's an extremely risky move.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I mean, humanity, even in this age, is going to want to defend Earth. It doesn't want to see the Sol system attacked, so... The Thargoids would be utter fools to attack Earth because they would just inspire any elements loyal to them would probably start to... Well, I couldn't credibly believe that there would be human beings that would not leap to Earth's defense. Of course, I'm standing on Earth right now, so my perspective is a little biased. But
well, I'm up to 2,500 integrity.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps out there. So that's where I'm headed for Shinararta Desra. We have not been out here in a while, but I am still reserving the right to engage targets of opportunity as they pass, as I jump through these star systems. And now... Sorry, 6 jumps it says here. Looks like 4 in the map, but... Doesn't matter, it's only an extra 30 seconds, really. Unless I see a target of opportunity in between.
Oh, I'm at 2,900 hull integrity now. This is with modules that have not been engineered. Fuel generators. Let's see.
Detach confirmed. Departure authorized.
Get up to 180, 89% optimal strength. That's 168, so I can build up my shields quite a bit if I want to reinforce shields. I had a lot of weight. I'll fucking regenerate, don't be shit with 88%.
You know, this planet I'm at has got one of those potato-shaped planets with dents and shit in it. Looks like, I don't know, there's some pretty cataclysmic volcanic collisions. It says there's no minerals on it. I find that hard to believe. Anyway, making our jumps. This decharge underway.
I'm gonna have to haul my cutter all over the fucking cosmos now to rearrange shit. I acquired out of that change. I have 4,800 shields, 2,900 hull. Yeah, 2,900 hull points. It's getting to the point that I go and start doing some re-engineering, or engineer some of these modules. It'll be pretty tough to do much. That's also how many hull. That's 4 hull reinforcement packages that have not been engineered.
Have you looked at this meta alloys option? Are they very heavy?
Meta alloy.
Yeah, you can take Thargoid meta alloys, and you can basically outfit your ship with them so that you have more shields, and apparently they're quite lightweight, I've heard.
Oh, instead of it being a shield booster that requires power, it's a static shield boost. And the highest rated one will give you like 215 shield points. From what I've read, for small ships, that have low shields, it'll bump them up quite significantly. But for a large ship like my cutter or my corvette, the shield boost is only 200 points. It ain't worth messing with. So it's one of those things where the game leveling mechanics made it so that for small ships it's great, but big ships it sucks. Because the small ships, the shield charge booster, you can't get enough of them on there to do any good anyway.
No, but the reactors are not very big, and they only have so much energy available. I think you start off in a sidewinder with like a 2 megawatt reactor, which is technically enough to power your small town, but in terms of actually getting power where it needs to be on a space-going ship that uses faster than light travel, it's not quite enough. Though I am remarkably impressed with how efficient the FSD is, even if it is technically an inferior usage of hyperspace to the Thargoid models, it does use the energy fairly efficiently.
So my cutter now has a 6B auto field maintenance unit, a 5A repair limpet controller, a bunch of hull reinforcements, a fighter bay, 8A prismatic. I need to figure out what I'm going to put in my other 8 slot.
How about a repair limpet controller?
I've got one.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Just noticing that here. I'll probably pick one up at my next earliest opportunity. But it's probably not essential for the Type 2 or Type 3 battles I might be getting myself into.
I'm limited at 24 and a half light year jumps right now. The ship is fucking heavy.
Yeah, well, it's a battleship. I mean,
it weighs 4,400 tons for total mass.
You can probably tweak it a bit and get better jump distance results, but the actual downside to this is your thrusters.
The best I've ever got this thing was right at 30. So, and
yeah,
that's without the frame shift drive.
Oh, okay.
With the frame shift booster, I can throw that in, I'll get 10 more, I'll be up to 35. So I mean, I could probably, if I lighten everything up, I could probably jump 40 light years. So why do I need to do that with a cutter?
Good question. Shinlarta does
it's not an exploration vehicle. If it is, I'm going to be doing a lot of exploring in a lot of systems. I'm not going to be jumping 60 light years in a jump. I got a ship that does that.
You've been invited to wing.
I wonder if I should just throw a big shield cell bank in here. Add another 160 tons.
You've been invited to wing.
I gotta get out of the outfitting stream.
Well,
back to outfit.
for it?
Yes, I did. I got my shit printed off. Thank you. Hold on, I'm going to AK to talk to White.
Okay.
I'm back. There?
Yep.
Oh shit, sorry. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Tried to turn my mic back on, but I hit the mute where it muted you so I couldn't hear you.
That was funny.
It's the hard points, 2F multi-cannon. 2F multi-cannon. 2F multi-cannon, multi-cannon. Multi-cannon large. I've got a 4-8 beam laser on this fucker. And I got 2 more beam lasers en route that got healing beams on them. Long range. Well, that's useless. That's going to get modified right now. Beam lasers. Long range weapon. No, I don't need to be no long range. Efficient is much more better to have. I need some heat dispersion plates. Damn, I'm not using all that much. Or distributor. All my distributors almost max. Well, close enough. Power plant. Oh shit, I got lots of power I can build up for. Need some heat dispersion plates. Great, I know what I need for this ship now.
So I guess here would be a good spot to buy that equipment that I'm missing. Namely the protection, the hull repair tool.
Oh, that one.
The repair limpet.
Unless I decide to go play the Thargoids, I don't really need to get one of those hull cleaning ones yet.
Yeah, they're kind of essential with Thargoids, but they still work against humans as well, and they fix your ship up so that you're not at the brink of destruction after everyone is trying to chase you down. Once they've won their little battle. And you have so many damaged systems you can't really fight back. There's always plan B. Okay, we're here.
I just sold 30 million credits for the crap I had in storage for stored modules. Not like I needed it. I had over 750 million credits. Now I'm back over 800 million again.
Mm-hmm.
And I renamed my ship again.
Mm-hmm.
I finally found a name I like. I'll probably leave it with this one for a while.
So this is your number 1 ship?
This is my cutter. I really, really like that Corvette too, though.
Yeah.
So both of them have special names.
It's big and expensive.
Yeah, my Corvette is worth over 500 million credits. My cutter's worth over 800 million. So I got 1.3 billion credits tied up in 2 ships.
Impressive. My assets aren't even all tied up in credits. Well, sorry, in ships yet. Okay, so now we are going to go to the shipyard.
And I might as well make this easier on myself. Core internal. I don't need 7D sensors. I'll buy some 7A, so I got plenty of time. Range to find shit.
Yeah, I have 8D sensors here. Maybe I should get A's. That might help my accuracy.
Going to 7A life support too, so I got 25 minutes of survival time. I need to do that on my Corvette. Battleships don't need jump range. They can put on a little bit of weight and not have a problem.
Yeah. Browse. 8A sensors are worth 23 million. It doesn't say that the targeting sensors give you anything, and they're going to subtract some light years from me. Target scan angle. I think it just means you can scan from a wider angle.
I can still boost it 470 meters a second with my cutter, and it's fucking heavy. I'm over 4,400 tons.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go here with the 5A life support.
Well, your Anaconda's got a boost to keep up with me when I'm just cruising at full throttle.
That's true. It's those sleek Imperial lines again.
Maybe I should start building another ship. Don't have a desire to build a... Just look and see what the hell I got I can build. Sidewinder, I don't think so. Imperial Cutter, got one. Federal Corvette, got one. Anaconda, buy another one and set one up for combat. Type 10 Defender, that'd be more entertaining.
Ooh, I can get 7A thrusters. It draws me to 41 light years in terms of my jump distance, but it will improve my performance in combat.
I'm going to rebuy my Python since I sold that. Only 50 million credits.
And I will take the 7A thrusters.
I'm buying one up for the fun of it. I think I'll do the Python.
Okay, 6A, 5A, 8D. Let's go to the 8A power distributor. It's going to slow the ship down slightly to 38. No, you're not going to 38. No, with 8D it stays at 41. Yeah, with it.
Hard points. Yeah, I'll fucking sell that shit right now. Or internal. Seven A. Oops.
Oh shit, I just sold my 7D. I did not want to do that.
Yeah.
Collection limpets, power plants, wake scanners, FSD, shield generators, fragment cannons. Okay, so what do you want to do first? Do you want to go attack something, or do you want me to go visit the engineer who's close by?
At the moment, I am building up a Python.
Okay, I'm going to go visit this engineer. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And hopefully he gives me some good news on my cannons that I just purchased, although he might not.
Python is jumping 31 light years and I haven't engineered a fucking thing yet. It's better than my last Python.
I have a... Oh, this is where my... Oh, yes, of course. This is where my mining ship is located. Remote workshop, no. Outfitting, no. Yes.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, I definitely just lost some of my equipment because of this stupid rule regarding the lockers. I'm not very happy about this. I sold off some cargo containers that are commonly available everywhere. And I need you to tell me Guardian Plasma Charger. Refinery, cannon, no, we don't need that anymore. Okay, now I'm down to 134 from 136, having sold off 2 more items. This is stupid. Decontamination limpets, FSD. Interdictors, fuel transfer, passenger cabins. Well, you know what might have changed this? We're both elite now. All we have to do to get any cargo we want is come back to Shinarta Desra.
Yeah.
Maybe they're using that as your crutch now. Well, I kind of doubt it, but... Prospecting, recon, refineries, repair limpets, class 5, please. 5A, 632, now down to 40 light years. Okay, before I begin my big journey, I have to use the cam. I'll be right back. Oh, you fucker. You dizzy little shit. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hello, you there?
I've gotten to the point with my Corvette lately, I haven't even been using a docking computer. I got rid of it.
Oh, good God.
It's an easy enough ship to land.
Well, once you have enough practice with the Anaconda, you can pretty much land anything, I think.
I hate the Anaconda. I really do when it comes to trying to land that thing and go through the mail slot.
Oh, it is a pain in the ass, I admit, but once you've landed it, it's fine. You can land anything in the game.
You got to remember, I've flown a Type 10 that's even bigger and more of a pain to go through the mail slot.
True, I have a Type 9 myself, and they're almost as big as a Type 10, and
yeah,
they are still a pain in the ass. I mean, it's far from impossible to do it, but it is hassle landing them because you can't even see underneath your ship. At least with a Type 10, there's some clues to how far from the ground or from the deck you are. And in the Anaconda, not so fortunate. You can't even see the ground, so you just have to land the thing as is, and the computer isn't there to help you. It doesn't go as quickly.
You gotta learn how to use your heads-up display. It gives you all the information. I could fly all the way back and dock with a busted cockpit.
Yeah, I guess I mean, you have to understand your perspective is different. I do look in the heads-up display, but with a VR helmet, you just naturally are sort of drawn into looking down, and you can't see below your ship, so the way you can in the Type 10. And if I've flown both with the VR, so in fact, I've flown both with VR exclusively. I won't even play this game without VR now. So if I'm ever gone for a protractedly long period, you can expect my VR helmet has utterly failed. It probably won't be far off. Okay, we're headed out now. Oh, we got some new fire weapon config things. And the repair limpet controller.
Oh, what do I want to do for weapons on this thing now? Got a pulse. Auto-loaded cannon.
Oh, this is dumb.
And my Python has a healing beam on it now.
Okay, leaving the station. Sorry.
Hold on, I'm missing a healing beam.
At least we have a nice quiet money-making area for the most part.
You are go for departure.
There's no other humans there at the moment, except for Rodigo, but I was kind of referring to
I'll go back up to
California.
California.
Yeah, absolutely. There's several other commanders in that station with you, beware on your departure. None of them followed me out. And I would really like to see what's on the surface of the Founders world. That's the other planet I would like to see. I don't think they had the Founders world. Well, they may have. I didn't actually have a lot of the permits in Elite 2 Frontier because I couldn't figure out what they were for. And it wasn't exactly, we didn't have an internet to document that type of thing. Well, I never thought to look on the internet for it. Anyway, there was a lot less information on the internet at that time frame. Commander Goldor. He's coming in. Watch out. Laying in a new course. We have 2 jumps to
You
the
get a Class
target
3
system.
missile rack now.
A what?
Class 3 missile rack.
Oh, good.
So
Is there-
they started giving us some better upgrades to some weapons.
Well, yeah, the shock cannons are hugely upgraded. That's why I'm taking an interest in them now.
Fragment cannons or the shock cannon?
The actual shock cannons. That's what I'm equipping my ship with. They do 10 times the damage of the lasers I had in those slots before. And those...
Shock cannons, those are the Guardian ones, right?
Nope, they aren't Guardian tech. They're listed as human tech. They're just extras.
You got to open those up to get to them, though.
I did.
I haven't, so that's why I don't have access to them. Fragment cannons, they go up to Class 3 now, too, so...
Yeah, I got those already in my Class 3 slots. I only wanted one Class 3. Someone's saying there's pirates outside the base.
Brightshift drive charging.
Hope he's not referring to me because I'm leaving the system.
Station. We hope to see you again, Commander.
And if he means humans, he's being an idiot because he just told the pirates that they've been detected outside the base. Now they'll all leave. Sometimes I wonder if these people are very gifted with strategy or intelligence management. Oh, let's just tell everyone that you've been detected. Now quick, make your getaway. Now's your chance to make your big escape unless you feel you can take on all the elite pilots in this station.
So we have some pirates wanna be outside the base. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of who the hell they are, too.
Yeah, but they can't catch you. They have to be right on top of you. At least they couldn't catch me.
Well, if I walk out there with my cutter, they're not going to be able to do a whole lot.
No.
Not with this that thing.
Especially once I'm back with upgraded weapons and whatnot, they're not going to have very much fun.
Still waiting for my fucking big shield to show up. Less than a couple minutes for that one time. I think it's my turn to go use the restroom. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. not bright. I just took a swig of my drink right as it was time to come out of which space to land the ship on the base. We're in orbit of the planet Rhodius. And it's Fraggle Zone. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And we are approaching Trusmati.
I'm back.
Outstanding.
So now I'm kind of impatiently waiting. I bought about $70 worth of pieces and parts so I can do some work on my archery, or on my arrows. I bought an $80 block, target block, so I can tune in my broadheads. Hunting season's getting close now. Hunting season already started the 1st of September, but it's starting to cool off finally. So I'm starting to get in the mood to actually go hunting. It's 80 fucking degrees on opening day. It's too damn hot to fucking hunt. You shoot any goddamn animal in your quarter mile from any road. By the time you get the animal to the road, they're going to be spoiled.
It sounds that way.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of scouting.
Yeah, it's going to be warm next week, they're saying here. Like very warm, uncomfortably warm.
Falcon Delacy Alpha Romeo 0 Heavy. Automated flight control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to
6A prismatic shield generator.
mission authorized. You may
Transfer to ship.
landing pad 08.
Okay, so my new Python has discovery scanner, repair limpet, AFMU, 16 capacity cargo rack just for limpets, 5B reinforcement package, 5H Guardian frameshift drive booster, 6A prismatic shield generator, not generating much shield strength. Considering nothing's engineered yet, but it's not too big a deal. I got two empty internal compartments.
Docking procedure complete.
I just put cargo racks in those and haul some cargo. What all this ship will be used for. Just leave them empty for now. Jumping at 25 light year minimum jump range. It's all A-rated. I'm gonna go to library and make it look cool now. Let's see, what do I want for a paint job? Oh yeah, I got these cool Predator paint jobs for this ship. Oh, that one. This looks cool. Ship name. What am I going to name this ship now? Oh, let's see. That one's used. That one's used. How about the Korean word for dragon? That might be kind of an interesting name.
What is the Korean word for dragon?
Imoogi. I-M-O-O-G-I.
Well, everyone might think you're Korean, but it shouldn't matter that much, I don't think.
My kids speak a little Actually, they speak or they know quite a few words in Korean now because of their martial arts. The
Oh,
requirement of leveling up.
really?
Yep.
Ooh, that's insidious.
What should it? Name of the ENS, the Esquadron Naval Ship Imugi.
Well, it sounds okay to me. It sounds okay to you. Have you checked the language database to find all of the references of those phonemes and make sure that it doesn't mean something obscene in another language?
I know what Imugi is. I've looked it up just so I know.
I know,
Naga is a Japanese. Naga is a Japanese word for dragon. Imugi is Korean. Fafnir is a name of a dragon from Norse mythology. Leviathan is a name for a water dragon, and also characters in quite a few different anime games and movies and shows over the years. Maru is another name for a dragon.
Oriental dragons are somewhat vicious, though.
Who's vicious?
Oriental dragons, the Western counterparts just, engulf you in flames and burn you to a cinder, as if that wasn't good enough. Oriental dragons can poison you, they can cast spells on you, they can do all kinds of stuff. It's really nasty.
Yeah. Well, you want to know about dragons, all you got to do is talk to my daughter. That's kind of one of her main pet peeves. She's got books that describe different dragons throughout historical lore and everything.
Oh, really?
She really, really likes them because she likes to draw them, of which my daughter is actually a pretty good artist.
Well,
ENS Imugi Phoenix is the name of the ship. The first one I'm giving the ENS title to. What if I can do that? What the hell?
yeah, you can put you can prefix it with whatever you want. I put FNS to intone my loyalty to the Federation Navy. Not really a starship is registered to the Federation Navy, but I do have loyalty to the Federation in principle. In principle.
Ship ID. Let's see what I want for ship ID.
Hang on here. I gotta get my weapons updated. So, I probably have to visit a... Well, let's find out if you can even do the work. Otherwise, 'tis for naught.
Let's see, nameplate 1. What do I want for a nameplate? Looks like I can buy a bunch of them.
Didn't Leviathan, there was a ship named Leviathan that sank. Loss of all hands.
Oh, it's very possible.
Not exactly a good luck charm, so, but anyway, that's a naval tradition. I don't pretend to understand it all. Well, I do in the game, but anyway. Let's go to the engineer's workshop.
I forgot I bought all kinds of cool shit for my Python. I make it nice and pretty looking again.
Okay, so we have the overcharged weapons. That's nice, but we still need conductive components. Still don't have any. Still need electrochemical arrays and conductive components for level 3, and still don't have any.
Now it's a pretty looking boat.
This is useless. I don't think it can really help me. No, it doesn't look like it. He updates he can't update the shock cannons, despite the fact they're human technology. And even if I did, I'd have to go and find these metallic components.
I've still got 629 million credits. 630 million credits. See what other ship I want to buy. I'm debating if I want to buy a Bird of Lands. I think it'd be kind of fun to have. I don't know if I really want one. Again, an Imperial Clipper. They're kind of cool looking,
but nothing. They're kind of cool looking, and they dish out a hell of a lot of damage when called upon to. They might even...
They're considered a large ship, even though they're really not quite as big as the large ships.
All I know is they dole out almost as much damage to Majestic class.
I now own one. My fleet is getting bigger.
While the heads of our average elite commanders are getting smaller.
2 Class 3s and Class 2 weapon ports. I just put a whole shitload of fragmentation cannons on this. Only 10 o'clock.
Yeah, in your time zone. Here it's 11.
Yeah, I know. I give a shit though.
Well, you don't have the help that you're so sorry. You're going to be so sorry to miss when you take on your combat targets. An actual combat hardened veteran now.
Who, you?
Uh-huh.
I'm still waiting for you to show up so we can duke it out.
It's not exactly a fair test, given the fact that we're not going to be fighting each other. We're going to be fighting targets.
Well, we can fight each other. That's fine.
Yeah, but
I can afford a rebuy or two.
It won't be a valid test of our abilities against NPCs, which are substantially different in style, gameplay, and so on. Okay, exit. Some would argue better. Humans are better, but only if they've hobbled the computer somewhat. And they have. Let's have a look at our map once again. Pick a jump target. Oh, I found one. I think it's the nearest one. The Baila system. And we need metal components, yeah?
Jump range really sucks on this ship. 17.98 light years max with a 5
Conductive components.
drive. Nothing engineered, of course.
Conductive components gets us the rest of the way to level 5 access at this particular station.
I see why this is a well-liked ship for being pissing people off. Got a Class 7 internal compartment. Class 7 fucking bi-weave in there, and you can really torment people.
I need conductive components, so launching. Combat aftermath detected. This is worthy of an inspection.
This ship's got some shit shields on it. Thank God for engineers.
Okay, and target of opportunity has appeared. This is combat aftermath detected. which yields very specialized components, some of which I probably need. So we're going to stop and sift through the rubble.
Frameshift drive charging. Programming limited drive. Programming limited drive.
And we got one of the things that we need already.
Yeah, there's going to be power issues with the Clipper. See that already.
Doesn't have to be. Just get a bigger power plant.
I've got the biggest power plant you can put in it.
And reduce power consumption.
That's the problem. There's nothing here really consuming all that much power. The thrusters is the biggest thing at 37%. My bi-weave shield generator is running at 10%.
Shut off.
Frameshift drive is at 10%.
Shut off your fighter bays and your
There's no fighter bay in this.
SRV.
No SRV.
No, I don't know then. We got one ship that guzzles power.
That's smaller ships generally. Anything that's considered a fighter, and this thing's going to be more of a large class fighter.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is what I learned when I put in a power plant. Things lit up and started to work again.
Well, I've already got the A-rated power plant. It's already engineered. Not all the way engineered, of course, because I don't have materials for that. Need to drop another 11%.
Frameshift drive charging. 4
Fuel boosters are off. Oh, that's good. I'm pretty sure if I don't have to turn guns on, I'll be fine. Otherwise, I'm screwed. That 30 light year jump range, that ain't too bad considering. Might just make this another explorer ship. For the fun of it, I'll take it off for a drive, see what I think of it.
Come on, I just want one battle tonight. If I can just get that in, I'll be happy as a pig in shit.
Let's come back to Shenardo, you and I can duel.
Yeah, I'm not into that, really. I need a shorter battle. I'm not at all sure how short it would be if we tangled with one another. Oh, 30 light seconds and counting. Holy Christ.
That's kind of touchy.
Whoop.
480, 485. A single move. This thing will probably keep up with my Imperial Cutter and my Imperial Eagle without any troubles.
God's sake, man. Oh my God, my God, my God.
Hey, you want to jump in the co-pilot seat of my Clipper?
Not right now. I'm in the middle of stuff.
This ship is pretty agile. 10 seconds to comply with what the fuck are you talking about? Got a Fer-de-Lance that's trying, NPC Fer-de-Lance being a dipshit.
Permission authorized. They're just heading to approach to pad 2-4. Clear for precision approach. Use of docking computer has been sanctioned.
Auto dock now in progress.
Heavy traffic reported in the area. Fly safe, Commander.
Detected. Landing gear deployed.
I don't think I'm going to like this clipper. I don't know if I'm going to use it for ganking, though.
Hang on, busy here. Conductive ceramics, components, and basic conductors. I think it was conductive components I needed. Hang on. I gotta go in here, back, remote workshop. Collection limpets. I need fragment cannons, and I need conductive components. Electrochemical arrays are the other things we need. Straight back, go into our... Oh my god, my god, my god, my god. Material trader, there we go.
You can get some interesting paint jumps in this thing.
Conductive components. I know, I bought one.
Clipper?
No, for the Anaconda. Conductive components. '85 shield emitters. Okay, and now we need electrochemical arrays. 92 shielding sensors. You still there?
I'm still here.
I'm going to log off for the night.
Okay, have a good one then.
Yeah, I should be on tomorrow again. We'll see how things go.
Okay.
Right out.